Well, hey y'all, and welcome to Wild Hearts Farm, where we are working to live a more sustainable life connected to nature and all that God has provided for us. So our new chicken coop is built, and we were able to incorporate our old coop with plans to use that as a brooder to raise some baby chicks. And this brooder is going to be filled next week. So last year we did a round of meat chickens. We raised them right here on pasture here at Wild Hearts Farm, and we filled our freezer full of this wonderful pasture raised all organic meat. This year we're doing another round. We're going to raise them from chicks all the way up to processing age. We're going to process them, but we're actually going to sell a few of these birds this year and kind of go through that process. So what we thought we'd do is take you all along for the adventure of raising these birds, getting the 1,000 bird exemption so we can actually sell these birds legally, and bring them from farm to table to some of our friends and family. So right now what I've got to do is I've got to get on with this brooder. I have to make sure this brooder is sealed, make sure it's going to be safe for these new chicks, make sure everything is set up for these new chicks, because in a couple days these new chicks are going to come by mail. Yes, they come by mail, which is kind of crazy, and we're going to put them in here. We're going to begin raising them. So come on and join us for this this little adventure. Good Lord. Push back. Total road trip. All right, y'all, the brooder is set up. So I had to make a couple of changes. Number one, I pulled out the nesting boxes within this chicken coop. These chicks will only be in the brooder until for about 3 or 4 weeks, until they're partially to fully feathered. They're never going to lay any eggs in here. And I also added this little, I don't know what you want to call it, this barrier here. It's going to slide up and down just to keep all the pine shavings in and to create a little bit more of a barrier, so when we open the door the chicks aren't just kind of making a run for it and spilling out. That's it. But let me show you the basics of a brooder and the equipment that you're going to need if you want to try to raise, these could be meat birds or egg layers, any type of chicks. It's all kind of the basic stuff, and it's really simple stuff. So come on, I'll show you what we got. So like all living creatures, guys, food, water, shelter, that's what these chicks need, okay? Food, we've got a feeder in here that's going to be rated for the number of birds that we have. We use, because we're eating these birds, organic starter chick feed. And you can get that at at the Tractor Supply. You can order it online. But chicks are also going to need grit. So we also get chick grit, and we add that directly to the food itself. Grit are teeth for chickens. It's what they use to process their food. So that's really important. The feeder, like the water, they're on the ground right now. The birds are really small, but we'll probably end up hanging those kind of like we did with the lights to keep them out from defecating in their food, defecating in their water. Water is the next thing that's really important. Clean, fresh water is such a must. Make sure you have a water or two that's going to be sufficient for the number of animals you have. And we change it pretty frequently. We always keep it filled. Super important. Again, we'll probably end up hanging it to keep them from pooping in it. You can add some apple cider vinegar or some other additives if you like. We usually don't. We just use really fresh, clean water, and that has seemed to be pretty sufficient. When it comes to shelter, obviously you got to have a secure place to keep them safe from predators. Heat is important. These are chicks. They're pretty vulnerable. They can get really cold. So even though it is September right now in North Carolina, the days get pretty warm, but the nights and the evenings and the mornings, it's pretty chilly out. So we have a couple heat lamps in here, a good thermometer so you know exactly the temperature there, a reliable thermometer. And also make sure that you have a way to raise these heat lamps up and down so you can get it at the right temperature that's going to be optimal for these chicks. Once these chicks are feathered, it's not necessary to have heat lamps anymore. And for us, this is when we put them out to pasture. So we'll get them in the chicken tractor and we'll have them grazing daily, scratching and pecking and eating fresh bugs and organic matter out in our field, and actually improving our pastures as well. You want something to absorb the poop. We use pine shavings. Sawdust is what some people use. We actually have a source now to get some sawdust for free, which is great if you go to like a sawmill or something. That can be really beneficial as well. We just kind of ran out of time this time to be able to get some of that sawdust. So we're just using the pine shavings. Again, you can get those at Tractor Supply and other places as well. But guys, that's really it. It's not... you don't need too much stuff to raise these chicks up to where you can actually have them out and then on pasture. So that's sort of the rundown of our brooder. Now all we're waiting for is that phone call from the post office. So I got my notification email from McMurray Hatchery that our chicks will be on the way soon. One step you don't want to miss: get in touch with their post office, the one that the chicks will be shipped to. Make contact with them, let them know that these chicks are coming, to call you once they get there. So you can run over there, you can grab them, you can get them in their brooder and get them acclimated and start caring for them. Food, water, shelter, and a little bit of love, of course. So I'm just gonna wait for that phone call and then go pick up our chicks and get them in here. Babe, hang on a second. Sorry. This is David Fisher.
Hi, this is Lisa from the Acclimating post office. Is this David?
Yes.
Yes, hey, we just got some baby chicks in.
Awesome. Yeah, very cool.
Yeah, so whenever you're ready, you can come pick them up. When you walk through the front door, just knock on the wooden door and we'll hand them to you over the window.
Okay, great. I'll be there right away.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, y'all. So it's only 7:45 a.m. on a Wednesday, and I got the call. The chicks are here. I went ahead and turned on the lights because it's only 60 degrees in here right now. If we're gonna put them in this brooder, it has to warm up. So we're gonna let that warm up while we go pick up these chicks. And yeah, and now the goal is just to keep them alive till we process them. So here we go.
Driving down the lane to head to the post office to pick up the chicks. Dave got the phone call that they're in. So
hoping they all survive, because the fact of life is that sometimes you lose one or two. So far we haven't had any issues whatsoever. So just fingers crossed that They're all happy little chicks.
Yeah, last time we got them, they were all live, and thankfully we have a great post office here in Castlehain, and they always call us right away whenever they hear those peeps. So we will record once we get there to show y'all little chickies. Oh, I can hear them. What's the password? Chicks.
Baby chicks.
Aww.
Hey! We could hear them.
Good morning.
They're really excited.
They are awesome. Thank you so much. You too.
Appreciate it.
Oh, hey guys. Hi. You're so loud.
All right, y'all, we're gonna take a peek and hope that they all have survived.
Oh, they all look good. Oh, there's the mystery chick. Hi. Hey,
There's
baby.
a little mystery chick.
Hello, babies. Hello. Let's get you home and get you food and water.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
We've
hi,
got
mystery.
100%. Now, what about the mystery chick?
Looks a lot like Charlie.
The fun part about the mystery chick is trying to guess what it is. You always get a free mystery chick if you opt in for a mystery chick. Choose your rooster from McMurray Hatchery. So we'll see what that mystery chick will be. Yep. All right.
Taking the chicks over to the brooder.
These will not be your flock.
They're like, what? What is all this?
All right, y'all.
Merle's like, here we go again.
I checked the temperature. It's warmed up in there pretty well. You know, first couple of weeks, we're going to keep it between like 90 and 95, and from there, the temperature will start to decrease. We may have to adjust these heating lamps up and down depending on what the final temperature is. But right now, we're going to add the chicks. One important thing you want to do, you want to dip their beaks in the water so they know where that water source is. That's really helpful when you first put your chicks into the brooder. So let's get them out and dip some beaks.
One by one.
One by one, yes.
Oh, goodness.
Come here, little beak wet. There you go. There's one. And the second one. Get your little beak wet. Boop. There's two. The chicks that we have here for the meat birds, these are Freedom Rangers. They're really good on pasture. Take a little bit long to come to processing weight than like a Cornish cross, but they're an awesome tasting bird and a really good homesteading pasture bird. This little guy, we have no idea. I'm going to call it a guy because it's almost always a rooster.
Yeah,
We
well,
will
I
see
think it always is a rooster.
what he or she turns into.
Hey,
So
buddy.
that'll be awesome.
You're cute.
I'm gonna
Regardless.
Beak too, and there you go. And
Ooh, this one's finding. Who's gonna find the food first? Ooh, are you gonna find the food? Oh, look at you guys. You have tons of energy.
All right, y'all. So this is a brand new setup for us, and there's going to be a few bugs. We already realized one quick issue that we had to fix, and let me show you what that. So the overall space was just too large for as small as these birds are. So we put this divider up just to keep the birds more closer together, keep them huddled. We don't want any that are going to spread out. So we put this partition up. As these birds start to grow, we'll remove that partition and we'll give them more of this space. But for right now, we had to kind of shrink the space a little bit. Awesome issue to have. Too much space, right? How often can you say that? But y'all, there you have it. You know, we are all set. The chicks are in here. They'll be in this brooder for, probably 4 to 6 weeks. And then from there, we'll move them out to pasture for about another 4 to 6 weeks. And about that 8 to 12 week mark, they should be at full dressed weight. For these Freedom Rangers, they're a little bit of a bigger bird. So they'll dress out at, the hens about 6-7 pounds, and the roosters more at 8 or 9 pounds, which is nice for us. So there you have it. We have a safe environment for these chicks, food, water, shelter. They've got absolutely everything they need to live a really happy life. As we continue to raise these birds, we'll keep you guys updated on the progress. Like I said, we're gonna take you all through this journey from really start to finish, and you know, give you some tips and tricks along the way, show you the process that we use and some of the stuff we do to raise these meat birds, and get our freezer full, our friends' freezers full, and maybe the community one day. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, thank you so much for stopping by, y'all. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, hit that button, like, share. That helps us promote this way of life. We've got some more great content coming out. Pigs are on the way. I know I've said this a couple times, but once we get things settled here, we've got some Idaho pasture pigs coming. We're going to start raising those. More meat in our freezer. Thank you so much for watching. God bless, and until next time.